I start to study in Korea on March 2017.
I started study in Korea in March 2017 and finished my master's degree for 2 years and a half.
So I came to Korea last year on August 2021 and I am still living here in Korea.
Because I want to learn Korean language and I want to have experience how to live in Korea. Is it like same as Korean dramas or is it different, something like that?
Reason why I chose Korea for my study because I wanted to study Korean studies. The Korean studies is better to be pursued in Korea, right? So yeah, why I choose SNUGSIS because when read the curriculums, I more prefer to study with SNUGSIS curriculums others than other schools.
I was into Korea and its culture since I watch Korean dramas. So that's how becoming interested in Korea and its culture. And for my study, Korea is also famous for my field, which is IT. And that's how I become more convinced and that's how I become more related to Korea.
I have tried many scholarship, but sadly it didn't turn out well. So I tried to saving money and go to Korea to study Korean language.
I was able to pursue my master's degree thanks to the Indonesian government who provide me a scholarship. And but the scholarship it was only for 2 years, and for other 6 months I was living with my self funding.
Back in 2021, I was still working and I thought the thought of going back to study life had me searching for few opportunities so that's how I stumbled upon Global Career Scholarship, which is GKS, from Study in Korea website. And after 3 selection processes, I was accepted as an awardee for this scholarship.
First of all, I searched information about Korean language program in Korea University. As far as I know, almost university in Korea have a Korean language program. They call it Ohaktang. So the Korean language program is a program for foreign students that wanna study Korean language. At that time, I searched information about education fee, location, and after that, I choose to apply in Sangmyeong University. After I apply, I wait for their response and I follow their instruction and then I start to study in Sangmyeong University.
Please pay attention to the school site. For SNU case, you have to always double check the SNU admission sites, and then for the SNU GSIS itself, you can click the menu on the admission. So when you send the application, they will contact you by emails and keep update the process. So do not worry.
So I applied to the Global Career Scholarship in 2021. So this scholarship is especially from the Korean government to anyone who is actually interested in study in Korea. So it's offered from undergraduate to master to PhD, and it's open every year, so freely to apply. So if you are interested in the scholarship, you have to check this website to check about their announcement, recent update, and recent guidelines about whatever they need in the scholarship. Also, the criteria and the guidelines for each year might be varies from previous year. So it's best for you to check first for the guidelines that they update recent guidelines, because I assure you the guidelines change every year.
Actually, it's not easy living in Korea as a Muslim, but I try my best to survive. During my university life, I met many friends. I have been to many places in Seoul, Gyeonggi-do, Gangwon-do, Jeju, Busan. I have tried many Korean foods. And what I love the most about living in Korea, especially Seoul, I like Korea public transportation. I love taking subway because subway is always on time.
I was a member of the student council of the SNUGSIS. So in SNUGSIS, they always need two people from each majors for a representative and vice representative, and I was the vice representative for the fall semester 2017. So at that time, we organized many activities for students, such as the information session for the freshmen, and then MT, inter-GSIS picnic. Inter-GSIS here means the SNU, Korea University, and Yonsei University. And then the thesis workshop and many other things. And for the additional information, Korean studies here, not studying about the Korean language and literature, but we studied about the Korean politics, economics, sociology, and etc.
Especially on, I want to relate on how that we actually release the stress, especially if you were living around Seoul. There are so many entertainments or stress releases methods which you can actually found maybe freely, be it whether like you want to spend times with your friends or maybe alone in a cafe, like maybe you want to enjoy going to some book readings or maybe like musicals or concerts. Be free. There are actually many entertainments that you can enjoy freely without thinking about the money. So you just really need to search well, maybe that do some research on Instagram, or maybe like just scroll some never apps to find some update what is fun there, what's fun here, like look for the announcement and there, here and there. So as far as living like in Korea, I went to book fair, I went to book concerts, I went to like some sport festival, and I did some language exchanges with the Koreans. And of course, like if you do anything, you might feel like easy, but as long as you enjoy, you can feel like, oh my god, the time really flies fast. So that's what I say, like if you are interested in something, if you really put your, no matter how hard you think that process is, but if you are really interested in that thing, if you really enjoy the moments and every process of it, you're becoming like even though it's hard, but you feel like satisfied to yourself, like that kind of feeling that you might feel. So see you.